The people in power had gave that reign to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him, when in fact they may be two of the same.
Yo, this ain't rap beef or social media noise. 50 Cent's affiliates say they caught Jay-Z in something way deeper, involving banned footage, insider testimony, and a paper trail Netflix allegedly didn't want the world to see. What they uncovered could change everything people thought they knew about HOV. Right now, the hip-hop industry feels like it's standing on shaky ground, one of those moments where long-standing rules suddenly look fragile and ready to crack. What's unfolding between 50 Cent, his circle, and Jay-Z isn't just another chapter in an old feud. It's got the entire industry watching closely and wondering how far this could go. To understand it, you've got to start with 50 Cent's Netflix docuseries Sean Combs. The Reckoning, a 4-part series released in early December 2025 that sent shockwaves through entertainment. On the surface, the documentary focuses on Diddy's rise and his current legal battles involving allegations of sexual assault, sex trafficking, racketeering, and abuse, using more than 140 hours of footage from alleged victims, former employees, and industry insiders who had never spoken publicly before. But insiders claim there was supposed to be more, specifically a segment in episode 4 that 50 Cent fought to keep, known as the so-called Jay-Z tapes, allegedly compiling testimony from affiliates, former bodyguards, singers, and whistleblowers tying Jay-Z to scandals connected to Diddy and the wider music industry. That entire segment was reportedly cut by Netflix over fears of defamation and legal pressure, something 50 Cent later hinted at on social media. What's raised even more eyebrows is Jay-Z's complete absence from the final series. No mentions, no images, nothing, despite his long-standing ties to Diddy, which many interpret as damage control. And while Netflix may have stayed quiet, 50 Cent's affiliates didn't, especially Gene Deal, Diddy's former longtime bodyguard, who has publicly challenged Jay-Z's claims of distance from Diddy by describing a much closer relationship built on shared moments, secrets, and mutual leverage, including incidents from the early 2000s that, according to Deal, reveal how power really moves behind the scenes in the music industry.
The people in power had gave that reign to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him, when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky and Diddy is, and was rambunctious, just out with it, it don't mean that they're not two of the same. One just a little quiet with it.
Now that's a heavy accusation because it's coming from someone who says he was actually in the room, at the games, the concerts, the parties, claiming Jay-Z and Diddy operated like two sides of the same coin, one loud and flashy, the other quiet and calculated, but cut from the same cloth. And Gene Deal isn't the only affiliate speaking up. Singer and longtime industry whistleblower Jaguar Wright has also been named as a key source in the unreleased footage, and her claims go even further. She has alleged that Jay-Z has multiple supposed illegitimate children hidden through NDAs and hush money, but she didn't stop there, accusing him of being involved in the trafficking and exploitation of young artists. Wright specifically referenced a story involving a 16-year-old Rihanna allegedly being flown to the US alone for a late-night audition that left her unsupervised with Jay-Z for hours. She also connected Jay-Z to Aaliyah's relationships and her mysterious 2001 plane crash, suggesting industry cover-ups far deeper than what's publicly acknowledged, while predicting future revelations tied to the 2011 death of Kathy White, officially ruled an aneurysm but described by Wright as suspicious. To be clear, these are allegations made by people claiming insider knowledge, but what makes them significant isn't just what's being said, it's who's paying attention. Reports suggest 50 Cent had legal documents and women prepared to speak on camera for the documentary before Netflix deemed the material too risky to air. That raises the bigger question. Why would a streaming giant that reportedly invested tens of millions suddenly back away from specific content? And why would Jay-Z, whose brand has long been built on appearing untouchable, need protection from a documentary supposedly centered on someone else? According to those following closely, the answer lies in how power operates in entertainment, because Jay-Z is no longer just a rapper or businessman, but a central power broker through ventures like Roc Nation and partnerships with the NFL, and powerful figures have a way of making problems disappear. But 50 Cent has never been one to stay quiet, spending late 2024 into 2025 flooding Instagram with AI-generated videos, caricatures, and commentary, especially after a December 2024 civil lawsuit accused Jay-Z and Diddy of assaulting a 13-year-old girl at a 2000 MTV VMAs afterparty, claims that 50 Cent openly mocked and dissected online, including posts joking about fear of retaliation and his viral reaction when Jay-Z appeared publicly with his family the very next day.
I see somebody screenshot your is Jay and the whole family at the Mufasa fair, and then the comment is 50 Cent. Jay said, they said I a 13-year-old. Let's go watch Mufasa.
Everybody get dressed. We're going to see Mufasa right now. I just think it was a good look, like angling yourself as
a family man.
Yes.
But they had to go to the premiere,
that
bro.
was planned already. I'm pretty
They had to go to the premiere.
This is 50 Cent doing what he's always done best, taking a moment of crisis for his opponent and flipping it into viral content that millions will share, debate, and remember. But beneath the jokes and memes, something far more serious is brewing. Affiliates are speaking out, the banned footage is rumored to exist, and the questions surrounding Jay-Z's relationship with Diddy, what he may have known or been involved in, aren't fading anytime soon. Now that the surface-level chaos is clear, from the cut footage to the non-stop social media campaign, it's time to dig deeper, because this story isn't just about a documentary or Instagram posts. It's about a pattern, a paper trail, and years of allegations and legal battles converging at a moment when Jay-Z appears more exposed than ever. The most serious claim centers on a December 2024 lawsuit that named Jay-Z as a co-defendant alongside Diddy in the alleged rape of a 13-year-old girl, stemming from an after-party following the September 7, 2000 MTV Video Music Awards. Originally filed in October 2024 against Diddy alone, the complaint was amended 2 months later to include Jay-Z, with the accuser alleging she was driven to the party by a chauffeur, became disoriented after consuming a drink, and was led to a bedroom where Diddy allegedly initiated the assault before Jay-Z allegedly restrained and raped her while others watched. Jay-Z's legal team responded aggressively, calling the claims false and framing the case as extortion, pointing to inconsistencies that were later acknowledged by the accuser herself in a December 2024 interview. In January 2025, Jay-Z moved to dismiss the case or force the accuser to reveal her identity, and on February 14, 2025, the lawsuit was voluntarily dismissed with prejudice due to the accuser's stated fear of public backlash. But instead of letting it end there, Jay-Z went on the offensive, filing a defamation and malicious prosecution lawsuit on March 3, 2025, while also referencing earlier extortion claims against the accuser's attorney that included threats of additional allegations involving minors, claims that have fueled intense online speculation despite no separate lawsuit being filed. Adding to the controversy is the long-running paternity case brought by Rymir Satterthwaite, who has alleged since 2012 that Jay-Z is his biological father from a relationship with his mother when she was underage, a case dismissed with prejudice in November 2025 but revived in public discussion after the rape allegations, with accusations of court corruption and avoidance of DNA testing. Claims that affiliates like Gene Deal have continued to reference when discussing Jay-Z's alleged history with younger women.
In the Jay, right? How you feel about that statement that him and his lawyer came up with?
Well, I think that his lawyer did a great job, somewhat, with the information that he had. I know people in the industry, been around for a long time, was there when he first started dating Beyonce at 17, 18, he was 30-something. You didn't know his age. When I look back and see how old Jay-Z was.
Now let's put some context on this, because Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship has been public knowledge for decades, with the two building an empire, a family, and a reputation as one of the most powerful couples in entertainment. What Gene Deal is doing, though, is challenging that familiar narrative by pointing to the age gap and the circumstances of how they first connected, suggesting that if those details were examined through today's lens, they might raise different questions. In the current climate, where allegations are swirling about Jay-Z's proximity to Diddy and patterns documented in related cases, those questions land very differently than they would have even a year ago. And that naturally leads to the bigger issue people keep circling back to: whether Jay-Z knew about what Diddy was allegedly doing, a question 50 Cent has been asked directly.
Oh, yo, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. Proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy a lot.
That was a real suburb question.
I know, right? Proximity.
Hold on. Proximity.
Proximity. That's the SAT hit parade word. I had to learn that.
Jim, do you think he knew all of this was going on?
That exchange is especially telling because of what 50 Cent doesn't say. He deflects with humor, but he never outright denies anything and never steps in to defend Jay-Z. Instead, he acknowledges that answering the question directly would imply there's something to reveal in the first place, which only fuels speculation. And when he's pressed about whether he's worried about allegations eventually coming back his own way, 50 Cent doesn't dodge it. He keeps it blunt and unapologetic, reinforcing the sense that he knows exactly what kind of fire he's playing with.
You're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way. Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up.
I don't got that shit in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like, not that it's real or not.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drink. I gave me the fucking drug to perform.
This is 50 Cent essentially saying he has nothing to hide, that whatever he's done in his life, he's done it out in the open, drawing a hard line between his past and the kinds of allegations now being made against others. He's been clear in saying he's never drugged anyone or engaged in the behavior people are currently being accused of, and that distinction is central to understanding why he's been so relentless with this campaign and why he frames it as a reckoning rather than a personal attack. So the question becomes, where does all of this leave the culture, Jay-Z, and 50 Cent himself? To grasp how significant this moment is, you have to zoom out and look at the broader picture. Diddy is now incarcerated, having been convicted in October 2025 on prostitution-related charges while beating some trafficking and racketeering counts, resulting in a sentence of more than 4 years that he is currently serving at a low-security federal facility in New Jersey, with his release date reportedly pushed back due to prison infractions. The Netflix documentary only poured gasoline on an already raging fire, triggering cease and desist letters and a billion-dollar lawsuit from Diddy's team, while Netflix maintains the footage was legally obtained. At the same time, public speculation has grown around potential additional indictments and unresolved questions, which is why the Jay-Z connection has become so critical. Increasingly, people are pointing to patterns: Jay-Z's past associations with figures like Diddy, R. Kelly, and even Jeffrey Epstein, and asking not just what Jay-Z knew, but whether he played any role in a larger system that protected powerful men at the expense of vulnerable people. In that light, 50 Cent has positioned his documentary work as a push for accountability across the entire industry, not just a spotlight on one individual.
And this is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. And when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip hop culture could think that everybody in hip hop culture is with that.
That's 50 Cent speaking his truth, positioning himself not as an opportunist chasing a bag-off scandal, but as someone claiming to defend hip-hop's integrity by exposing what he sees as dangerous behavior, arguing that he's protecting the culture from being painted with the same brush. The long history between him and Jay-Z only adds another layer to this moment, with their rivalry stretching back to 1999 when 50 Cent dropped How to Rob, joking about robbing industry figures, including Jay-Z. Jay-Z fired back at Hot 97 Summer Jam in 2001 with the now infamous line, "I'm about $1, what is 50 Cent?" A moment that cemented the tension and showed that neither man ever viewed the other as untouchable.
Jay-Z would have did a song with Ja Rule.
He would have got it like everybody else. Stay clear of that motherfucker.
If Jay-Z
Yeah.
would have jumped on the track with Ja, you would have went at Jay? Honestly,
Who you think Jay is? This is crazy. Look, there ain't nobody.
50 Cent has made it clear, without hesitation, that he would have gone directly at Jay-Z if HOV had ever aligned himself with his enemies, underscoring that there has never been any reverence or hesitation when it comes to challenging Jay-Z's status, even at the height of his power. And now, with Jay-Z facing the most serious allegations of his career, 50 Cent has taken aim at the carefully crafted image Jay-Z has spent decades building, using mockery and public commentary to chip away at the perception of him as an untouchable figure.
I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. Your big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
This is 50 Cent attacking the very foundation of Jay-Z's brand. His associations with elite artists and institutions, and his positioning as a cultural figure who exists above hip-hop, by clowning those connections and suggesting the entire persona is a carefully constructed front. The implications stretch far beyond two rappers trading shots, with the documentary series being framed by supporters as a hip-hop extension of the Me Too movement, giving alleged victims a platform and potentially encouraging more survivors to speak out against powerful figures in the industry. Critics argue hip-hop has long tolerated, and at times glorified, misogyny and abuse, and that this moment could force a cultural shift toward accountability, even as others point out selective outrage, noting past allegations against figures like 50 Cent himself, which he has denied. The economic fallout has already been significant, with Diddy's once massive empire taking major hits and reports of financial losses tied to Roc Nation as public scrutiny around Jay-Z intensifies. Regardless of where the truth ultimately lands, the cultural conversation has shifted in ways that would have seemed unthinkable just a few years ago, echoing Gene Deal's observation that the relationships between Jay-Z, Diddy, and other powerful figures reveal how deeply interconnected power has always been in hip-hop.
You know what I'm saying? But to get back to your letter, I believe that the lawyer was doing what he did, and he threw shade at Puff in the interim of that by saying that all celebrities, you may think all celebrities are alike, you know what I'm saying? He know he's under this situation with Puff.
This is where the real complexity of the situation comes into focus. The allegations, the settlements, the contradictions, and the power plays all tangled together into a web where truth and speculation blur, legal strategy can matter as much as facts, and the court of public opinion follows a completely different set of rules than any courtroom. The question now is what happens next. Because 50 Cent has already teased more content coming in 2026, the banned Episode 4 footage is rumored to exist somewhere, affiliates continue to speak out, and the legal battles, including Jay-Z's countersuit against his accuser and her attorneys, are still unfolding. Jay-Z himself has largely remained silent, allowing associates like Memphis Bleek to respond in limited ways, but silence only holds power for so long when allegations keep stacking up and insiders keep talking. What makes this moment even more striking is that disruption has always been 50 Cent's lane, from a diamond-selling debut album and the beef that dismantled Murder Incorporated, to redefining the rapper as mogul blueprint with his vitamin water deal, and now, through this documentary work, he's disrupting again by forcing attention onto the darkest corners of an industry that has protected its biggest stars for decades.
Yeah, that's what they said to me, buddy. Well, you're next, buddy. You're fucking, you're laughing at this.
Then you're not worried at all.
Why?
Because you don't got nothing.
I don't have it.
Nah.
There's no girls gonna come out.
That's real confidence. Someone who genuinely believes he has nothing to hide. And whether you see 50 Cent as a truth teller or an opportunist, there's no denying his campaign has fundamentally shifted the conversation around Jay-Z, Diddy, and the entire hip-hop establishment. The affiliates have spoken, the footage is said to exist, and the silence from those at the top is growing louder by the day, making it clear that whatever comes next won't be easy to contain. What once felt unthinkable is now part of mainstream discussion, and the reckoning, it seems, is only just beginning. Love this video? Click the cards on your screen for more.